The news that is coming in from the Ahmedabad court is that Metropolitan Magistrate B.J. Gantara has given a clean chit to Narendra Modi. Now, this, in fact, will be perceived as a huge shot in the arm for Narendra Modi, who is now the prime ministerial face for the BJP. Well, celebrations already, understandably, have begun at the BJP headquarters across the country. These visuals recorded outside the BJP headquarters in New Delhi at Akbar Road. Narendra Modi given a clean chit, but that's not closure. The petitioners in this case, Ms. Zakhia Jafri, can approach higher courts as well. But scenes of jubilation coming in from BJP cadres across the country. I'd like to bring in at this point of time our National Affairs Editor, Javed Ansari, who's been tracking this case very closely. Javed, these scenes were expected, and we do know that the evening debates now will only be rife with how the BJP members will come out completely absorbing themselves of everything, saying that this was all a political vendetta, a political conspiracy. It is a shot in the arm for Narendra Modi.
Without an iota of doubt, for the moment, this is a huge booster shot for Narendra Modi. The 2002 riots were like an albatross around his neck. Now the SIT had cleared him. Mr. Narendra Modi's defense always was that no court or SIT has ever found me guilty. It's only my political opponents. The SIT has cleared him. The court has upheld the SIT's conclusions. Now till a superior court turns it down, these charges against Mr. Narendra Modi will just remain charges because they haven't been substantiated and the courts haven't found any evidence to change their opinion.
I'd also like to bring in Mr. Hegde, senior lawyer, who knows the law better than you, sir. But break it down for us. As these arguments went on, 30th September, when the proceedings closed, the SIT put forth a 25,000-page report in front of the honourable judge. So did the petitioners as well. How do you see it all pan out?
See, ultimately, it all boils down to one crucial fact. Did he say something at that meeting? What is the evidence? The evidence came in the form of one person who said he was there at the meeting. The SIT thought that he was not a believable witness. The amicus thought that whether he was believable or not should be checked out through a process of trial. The court has preferred to go with the SIT, and it has said, okay, fine, there is no case to go forward, or there is no case for Mr. Modi to answer. So the clean chit of the SIT has now been endorsed by the court. There is a judicial stamp of approval.
But there's no closure to it, because the petitioners can, of course, go approach higher court.
Yes, that, whether this case or any other case, every petitioner is entitled to go in appeal, and if there is an error of law in the judgment, that is what the appellate court is supposed to look at. But as an appellate lawyer, I know that appeals windows are much smaller than original windows. If at this point, having given it your best shot, you have failed, you are unlikely to really succeed in appeal. But I have no doubt whatsoever that there will be an appeal. The matter will continue lingering in courts. As far as the political fallout of it is concerned, I entirely agree with Javed sir. And as a lawyer, I do not want to comment on the politics of it. What is important, however, is that the Indian legal system has tried its best to find whether there was indictable evidence. There has been no evidence found. Therefore, the legal system has, for the moment, closed the file. If evidence emerges, if something else happens, that's a different thing altogether.